Right, just like Napoli, AC Milan are unbeaten in the Serie A. And on Sunday, it's gonna be one of those epic matches which, if Roma wins, it means a lot when it comes to the Champions League positions. It's a bit too early to say this, you might be asking, but if Roma wins on Sunday against AC Milan, which are fighting for the first position against Napoli, and other teams which Roma hope don't win are playing tough matches, because Lazio are going away at Atalanta, and Juventus are playing away at Verona, which is on great form. So, Roma obviously have a tough match as well, but a win on Sunday would boost the Champions League position like it never did before. I think the fact that Roma won on Wednesday against Cagliari obviously means that Roma come to this match more prepared than they were against Napoli, because against Napoli they were coming, before they played a match which they lost 6-1. Now they're coming towards the match against AC Milan and they won, so their morale is much better. And I do think this match is equal, because the fans, just like they did against Napoli, will back this side. But ladies and gentlemen, it's the preview. It's Roma against Milan preview. Tomorrow it's Mourinho's press conference reaction. So today I'm going to say my predicted 11 starting for AC Milan. I think maybe there will be some surprises, who knows. And we're going to examine AC Milan, because AC Milan are in great form. As you can see, they have 9 wins. Now, the statistics on the screen is Serie A and Champions League. So, they lost 2 times in the Champions League. Did they lose 2 times? I think they lost more than 2 times. I think they lost 3 times. So, total losses is 3, not 2. But total wins is 9 in the Serie A and in the Champions League. They drew just once and they lost 3 times in the Champions League and in the Serie A. All the 3 defeats came in the Champions League, which means that AC Milan are very experienced when it comes to the Serie A, and they will want to not lose this match as well, because if Roma is having a fight with Atalanta, Juventus, Lazio, and all of these clubs to try and get in a Champions League zone, AC Milan, let's not forget, are fighting against Napoli for the top of the league, and they conceded 15 goals and scored 26. I think AC Milan, and I'm going to throw this out there, is the most balanced team in this Serie A. When I mean balanced, I mean they have a great mix of defenders, attackers, and midfielders. And we will examine their lineup in a sec. But let's talk about the predicted 11. Because I'm going to say my predicted 11. I am going to say that Mourinho will play many top players, because obviously he said this many times, and many players which played on Wednesday against Cagliari will start on Sunday against AC Milan. Now the real question is, this is a big question, will Mourinho start the young lad Afina Gayin Felix against AC Milan on Sunday? Now, according to what Mourinho does, according to Mourinho's, boosting this young lad, posting pictures on Instagram saying, we discovered a new academy player, anything could happen. Will Afina Gayan start? I highly doubt it. But I actually think, this might be really hard to actually come to reality. But in my opinion, Afina Gayan will start on Sunday against AC Milan. It's a big statement, because the experience he doesn't have. He's coming from the academy. He literally played 30 minutes in the Serie A, so it will be a big shout giving this guy, a starting position in the lineup against AC Milan, arguably the best team in the Serie A. It'll be really mad in a way to give this young lad a call, not a call, because he's obviously going to get a call, but actually starting on Sunday. But I'm going to base my understanding on Mourinho. Mourinho loves these risky moves. Mourinho is brave enough to put Afina Gayan at the start. And I do think he will. You know why he will? Because Mkhitaryan is on such a poor form. El Shaarawy can get subbed in, and I do think in the end Mourinho will choose El Shaarawy, but I do think there's a chance that we can see Felix starting from the very start. Because, from the impact he gave against Kyrie, if it wasn't for this young lad, Roma would probably not have won on Wednesday against Kyrie. And on Wednesday against Kyrie, it was a must to win. It was a literal must. So Mourinho was brave enough to start him against Kyrie. Now we just need Mourinho starting him against AC Milan on Sunday, which is big. But my predicted 11 looks like this. Rui Patricio in goal, absolutely elite. Saved this once again on Wednesday against... Oh, bloody hell. I spilled my tea everywhere. For God's sake. God, let me clean this. Right, okay. So, what I was saying is... Rui Patricio was elite, absolutely elite on Wednesday against Kyrie, and he saved us once again with that incredible save, absolutely incredible save, which, if it wasn't for him, it would have probably been a 2-2 draw, which would have been trash because they were last in this area. My defense, obviously, just before I say it, I do think Mourinho will keep his scheme 4-2-3-1. I do think the four defenders will be Karsdorp, Ibanez and Mancini. Me and Alex had a good discussion about Ibanez and Mancini yesterday. Their rise together is something else. They've been playing such good football lately. They've defended and caged Osimhen last Sunday very well against Napoli. Now they just need to cage the other lion, Zlatan Ibrahimovic, and Leao, which in my opinion is way more dangerous than Ibrahimovic, because Leao is bloody Mbappe. He starts running, well, he's Lewis Hamilton on a Formula 1 car. So, they need to be careful, because Leao is one hell of a fast player. And I do think Leao will start. Now, Ibrahimovic is obviously back from his injury, so I do think he will start because of the experience and because AC Milan loves him. So I do think they need to be really good, and you just can't start Kumbula on Sunday because of the match you're playing and because of the players AC Milan have. So Mancini and Ibanez, without a doubt, in defense. Now, this is very interesting, absolutely very interesting, because as a left back, Vina was terrible against Kyrie, and the goal Kyrie scored was 99% Vina's fault, if not 100%. He literally jumped and didn't hit the ball. So at this stage, I was saying this yesterday to Alex, is Vina a good player or is Vina a bad player? Because against Kyrie, he was atrocious. Against Napoli, he was solid. I think it's a hit or miss with Vina. Mourinho either starts him and he plays like, bloody Roberto Carlos, or Mourinho starts him and he plays like a mix of Nzonzi and Doumbia, extra more players in defense. I'm not sure, because Calafiori could start hypothetically, but once again, linking back to that defeat against Bodo Glimt, Mourinho won't start him. And, he got subbed in against Kyrie, and he was trash. He got like a yellow card after 20 seconds. I think Calafiori, it's a time of reflection for him, because Calafiori, in my opinion, is a very young lad, academy player, which in my opinion kind of got destroyed after that match against that defeat 6-1 in Norway, which barely destroyed every player in the squad, but him particularly, because I do think many Roma fans are criticizing him a bit too much. He's a young academy lad, and I do think these criticisms to these young players will influence them in a bad way. So I don't think Calafiori will start. I think Vina will start. But Vina needs to be careful, because if Vina is not careful, then, they will score. And Vina, as I said before, it's a hit or miss with Vina. He either plays well, or he either plays trash. So my defense, Karsdorp, Ibanez, Mancini, and Vina in front of Rui Patricio. Right, next step. Defensive midfielder section. I don't think we have a doubt here. I think Cristante is improving his performances against Kyrie, against Napoli. He was good, he showed his physique in the defensive midfielder section. In my opinion, and I was saying this yesterday to Alex, if Cristante speeds up, if Cristante tackles more, he can be a great defensive midfielder, and he can be better than Veretout in some occasions. Veretout, on the other hand, in my opinion, started the season very well, and then a few calls from the French national team tired him up, and the missed penalty against Juventus broke his morale. Veretout, just like Calafiori, needs to get back fit. And I don't mean physical fitness, but I mean psychological fitness. And I do think Veretout and Cristante will start either way, because, you can start Darboe, he's good, but once again, the experience that these players don't have, as we repeat, we're playing against Milan, which are unbeaten in this area. It's basically a very similar match to last Sunday against Napoli when I was at the stadium. It's basically the same. They've got a very tough side, they're unbeaten in this area, and they're fighting for the first place. So Roma and Mourinho need to step on that pitch going, I'ma win this. I will win this. Because if Roma step on that pitch going, I will lose, they will eventually lose. And this is serious. So they need to step on that pitch determined. Obviously, top players need to start. And that's why I think the experience which Veretout and Cristante bring to this team in the defensive midfielder section is good to stop their players. Because they've got solid players. So Veretout and Cristante in defensive midfielder. Now, attacking midfielder is where I'm going to surprise you a bit. And I surprised you before. I said it before. Zaniolo will start. Pellegrini will start. And Afina, Gayan, Felix will start, in my opinion. Now, this is not clear, right? This is not official. I'm not Mourinho. But Mkhitaryan is in terrible form, and if Mourinho starts Mkhitaryan on Sunday, you're having a laugh. Mkhitaryan does not deserve a start anymore until his fitness is back ready. Either El Shaarawy starts, or Mourinho shows his braveness to everyone and starts Afina, Gayan, Felix. Which, in my opinion, I'm saying this right now. Listen to this clearly. If Afina Gayan starts on Sunday, he will score the winner against AC Milan. I feel like if someone bets this on a betting app, I think you can become billionaire. Trust me. If Afina Gayan starts, not get subbed in, if he starts from the start on Sunday, the fans will be with him, Mourinho will be with him, and the players will be with him. And I have a feeling it's just karma. It's just written all over the Olimpico that if Afina Gayan starts on Sunday, he will score. I just feel it. It's my heart. It's my heart. I'm feeling it. So I think Afina Gayan will start because Mourinho is one hell of a brave manager and he's capable of doing these moves. He was brave enough to sub him in against Kyrie. I think we just need that braveness to get a few points and just start him from the start. And you will not be disappointed. Because as I was saying in the earlier stream, talking about Insigne, I'm 100% convinced that in that academy player bunch, there are at least 3, maybe 4 players which can be stars, young talents when they grow up. Maybe it could be Afina Gayan. And maybe on Sunday, his future could be written. Who knows? I think Mourinho will be brave enough and will start Afina Gayan on Sunday. Now, Pellegrini will obviously start. He banger of a goal. Obviously, Zaniolo will start. I think many people here on the Simon Show are criticizing Zaniolo a bit too much. I understand the selfishness, but I do think give him time. I feel what people don't understand, in my opinion, is that this guy is like 22 years old and broke both ACLs. To get back fit, to get back scoring, to get back, assisting, he needs time. It's physically impossible for him to step on that pitch after he broke 2 ACLs and just randomly, just instantly go boom. Time is key. Zaniolo will start. I think he can play a match of his life on Sunday. And obviously up front, Tammy boy. It's a big performance we need from Tammy because we've got a question here about Tammy. Thoughts on Abraham's form? Abraham's form is not great because I do think he's lacking the goals which this club needs, but especially I think he's lacking good service from the players behind him, which are Pellegrini, Zaniolo, obviously including his selfishness, and everything. If Abraham gets a better service from these players, he will score more. So not only him needs to improve, in my opinion, the entire attacking section needs to improve to allow Abraham to score more goals. But fairly speaking, Abraham right now is not in great form. He needs to score more. I was at the stadium on Sunday and he had that clear chance, which, we could have probably scored right in front of my eyes. We need more from Abraham because we've not, we didn't have that bang, that boost from Abraham yet. Okay, he scored a couple of goals, but, he needs to start scoring against top clubs as well. Because otherwise, if he doesn't perform against top clubs, it's like having it's like having 10 players instead of 11, which is, it's a negative thing. So Abraham needs to start fresh. He needs to restart after that injury he had with England against Andorra or Moldova, can't remember. And it's a fresh beginning, starting on Sunday, which will be, it can be his match. It can be, just like many players, his match. Right, this is my predicted 11. Everything is as usual. I think Mourinho will show us his braveness and start Afina Gyan. Now, the last thing I want to do before ending this stream is examine AC Milan. AC Milan is coming from a 1-0 win against Torino, and they were playing with... Right, Ibrahimovic didn't start that match, but I do think either Ibrahimovic or Giroud, their main strikers, whichever one of them steps up on Sunday, it'll be hard to mark because, they're both very physical players. So we're lucky that Ibanez and Mancini are very physical as well. And then they started with Leao, which is such a dangerous player. I'm so scared of Leao. And they started with Salamakers, which is a Belgian national team. And then in midfield, they literally play. Pioli plays like Mourinho. He plays with a 4-2-3-1. And they've got tough defenders to beat. They've got Romagnoli and Tomori. It's Tomori against Abraham. It's a friendship battle at the Olympic on Sunday. Tomori's class. Romagnoli is an ex-Roma player. And I think both of these two clubs have good centre-backs. Solid centre-backs. Obviously, it'll be hard for Roma to infiltrate like every time. They don't have Donnarumma anymore. And Maignan is injured. So Tataruzanu, Romanian goalkeeper, will start. Now, it's important to notice as well that on Wednesday or Tuesday, I think Milan played, Theo Hernandez wasn't starting. I'm not sure if it's because of an injury. I'm not an AC Milan fan, but I highly think it's because Pioli wanted him to rest for Roma. He is one of the best left backs in the world. He can sprint like mad. He can be a regional train. And, we need players to stop him. Because Theo Hernandez is a defender, yes, but can become an attacker with his sprints and his shots. And obviously they've got a very physical midfielder. They've got Kessie and they've got Tonali as well, which everyone says is the new Pirlo. But I highly think he's such an overrated player. Okay, he's young, but he's very overrated in my opinion. Nowhere near Pirlo. But Tonali is a young lad. Everyone says he's the new Pirlo. And Kessie is very similar to Anguissa for Napoli. They're very similar players. Now, Roma need to avoid penalties because Kessie is a really good penalty taker. And they need to avoid giving and conceding long and high crosses in the box. Because Giroud, Leao, Ibrahimovic are all massive players. Which, we've seen Mancini and Ibanez not giving much assistance to their other players in defense. So if Ibrahimovic starts jumping, Mancini won't stop him. So Roma need to avoid two things for me. Actually, three things. They need to avoid penalties, because Kessie is a world-class penalty taker. And they need to avoid high crosses, because Giroud and Ibrahimovic and Leao are tall players. And they need... This is such an important thing. Mourinho, please watch this, because he probably told this to his players already, but he needs to tell this to his players. Roma against AC Milan needs to avoid counterattacks from AC Milan, because the second the entire team, maybe, this is like an example, goes in the box for a corner kick, the second the goalkeeper gets the ball, he can launch Leao and he will score. It is extremely important on Sunday to not concede counterattacks because they've got fast players. They've got Salamakers and Leao, which might start, which are fast. They've got Hernandez, which is fast. They've got many fast players. So avoid counterattacks. So how, obviously, I would definitely avoid, short free kicks in case they lose the ball. And I would definitely, leave Korsdorp behind, who is very fast and can catch up to AC Milan's counterattacks. Lads and lasses, it was a quick match preview. We talked about my predicted 11, which will start on Sunday against AC Milan. For Champions League, it can be. It's that Champions League taste match, just like it was on Sunday against Napoli. I am going to say that Rafina Gayan Felix starts. And, I do think it might be at the same time, he's a generational talent, He's a generational talent. Right, let's read some comments. So we've got a super chat from Kahindi Akamboni. Thanks for the $5, mate. He says that the criticism of Abraham is unfair. You can't expect him to score when it's Pellegrini and Zaniolo's first option in the final third is to shoot. I think the criticisms are a bit too harsh, and I agree, mate. So thanks for the super chat. Thanks for the $5. Really appreciate it. I agree on that, mate. Dzeko scored 7 goals for Roma in 20 starts last season. He is 7 for Inter in 7 starts. Dzeko's top class with Inter now. Roma players need to feed Abraham. Midfielders don't feed him, and then these supporters want him to score. Strikers are dependent on players behind them. Abraham isn't Messi. He's a center forward that needs service to score. I don't know what else we expect him to do. Definitely. Keep up the great work. Thanks, mate. Sarub G, thank you. Appreciate it, mate. AS Roma 3 and AC Milan 0. Wow, that's a big statement. Hopefully. But yeah, lads, my predicted start at 11 in this live stream. I said Afina Gayan to start. And I said that if Afina Gayan starts, he will score. And we looked at AC Milan's dangers, at their statistics and at their key players, which are key to stop. Otherwise, bye-bye. Because the second they start sprinting, it is very hard to get them back. Lads and lasses, tomorrow it's Mourinho's press conference reaction, and on Sunday it will be the live watch along. However, Josh will take over because unfortunately it is my dad's birthday on Sunday. It's a big man's birthday, so I won't be available with the live watch along, but Josh will take over. He's a fun guy. He's a sound guy, so stay tuned because he's ready to make Roma win and to give you guys a few laughters. If you're new here, please subscribe. Bottom right hand corner. It takes 2 seconds and it supports all of us so much to build this AS Roma community more and more day by day. Also, like this live stream as soon as it becomes a video, and follow me on Instagram at @lowerscore the Simon Show. Also, if you like and enjoy travel, subscribe to my second channel, link is in description below, and I will catch you tomorrow for Mourinho's press conference reaction. Andres Saga says 0-0. Abraham Brace incoming. Clean sheet is due. Big. That's a big statement. Right, I'll catch you. See you, lads.